actually, this is as real as it gets.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
Welcome to another segment of the UCW Radio Show. This is your host, Louis Velazquez, and I want to thank all of our listeners for your continued support just by listening to the show. And just a little bit, we are going to have one of the top martial arts grandmasters in the world today on the show. He's the founder of the World Tukang Musul Federation, and he's one of the top fighting stunt coordinators, not only in the United States, but worldwide. He is Grandmaster Yi, and we are honored to have him as a guest on the UCW Radio Show today. Before we bring Grandmaster Yi on the show, we need to talk about a couple of things first. As I've been talking about on the show, we are hosting the Ultimate Body Radio Show, which is in direct connection to the Ultimate Body reality show. It's a first of its kind reality show. It's a bodybuilding reality show. It's brought to you by the great producer David Lyons. He produced the biker show Hog Heaven and the animated feature Creepers. As opposed to me describing this over and over, let me run the promo so you can hear it from the horse's mouth.
In the challenge of their lives, 26 ordinary people train the old-fashioned way through blood, sweat, and tears as they compete for the title of the Ultimate Body. In this compelling dog-eat-dog reality drama, the contestants are paired together as training partners by host, champion bodybuilder Mr. USA Bob Ciccarello. 4 personal trainers help each pair survive the grueling and extreme training routines combined with rigid contest dieting. And if that's not enough, they must also face extreme challenges by the trainer from hell. While living together for 10 weeks in a city where dreams come true, unexpected temptations and shocking alliances toughen up the competition for the contestants who must eliminate a pair of training partners each week. When the dust settles, the training partners split and everyone stands alone. 6 men battle on stage for the ultimate male body. 6 women face off for the ultimate female body. As 3 celebrity judges, Hall of Fame bodybuilder Rich Gaspari, Bikini Pro Marcia Prince, and Natural Mr. Universe Doug Burns decide who ultimately will win their title and walk away with a feature in a major magazine, a fitness endorsement deal, and $50,000 in cash from sponsors Gaspari Nutrition and Anytime Fitness. Who has what it takes to become the Ultimate Body?
Hey, this is Marcia Prince, IFBB Bikini Pro and Gaspari Nutrition spokesmodel, and you are listening to the UCW Radio Show, In Your Face.
And as I said, we are hosting the Ultimate Body Radio Show, which we're pretty excited about. And the next thing on tap is celebrity boxing. Stephen Baldwin and Christopher Gambino, they got together and they created the celebrity boxing event that's going to be happening on Wednesday, February 3rd, 2010 at the over 18,000-seat Bank Atlantic Center in Sunrise, Florida. Now, Stephen Baldwin, he created a fund. He went to see the U.S. troops somewhere, and something sparked at him, and he created the Now More Than Ever Fund. And that is to support our troops, and the celebrity boxing event is to support our troops. Now, the website is mycelebrityboxing.com. That's mycelebrityboxing.com, and actually the website also for the Ultimate Body reality show is theultimatebodytvshow.com. That's theultimatebodytvshow.com. Now, the celebrity boxing, back to that, the main event is Christopher Gambino versus Stephen Baldwin. And there's a whole host of celebrities that have lined up to be on the event, to be a part of the event, actually. And we can't announce that yet, but one that we can announce is Roy Jones Jr. He signed on. And trust me, the other ones you will, you go to the event, you will not be disappointed. I promise you that. And for our listeners, we want to connect with you. As you know by now, we are actually doing the UCW radio show weekly, And we have a lot of interesting guests coming on the show, which is fantastic. But we want to connect with you. The number is 323-952-4369. That's 323-952-4369. Give us a buzz and get involved. And if you're on Twitter, then shoot me out a tweet. Simple as that. My Twitter name is Louis Velazquez. That's LouisVelazquez. Follow me and tweet away. And you can always go to our website, ucwmagazine.com, to find out more. Now, without further ado, let's patch in the one and only Grandmaster Yi. Grandmaster Yi, it is an honor. It's a great pleasure to have you on the UCW radio show. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and being with us this afternoon.
Oh, thank you, Louis. I appreciate it. Thank you for calling me, and it's an honor to have a show with you.
Oh, well, thank you so much for your kind words. But it's I that appreciate you being here. I just want to give our listeners a brief overview of you, because your story is very interesting. You spent a lot of time learning martial arts and practicing Buddhism in a temple in South Korea, which I find really interesting, because most people, when they think a Buddhist temple and martial arts put together, they immediately think about the Shaolin monks and the Shaolin temple and China. But you were actually in one in South Korea. And we're going to get into that in a minute. I also want to let our listeners know, look, you're a 9th degree black belt. And at one point, you were a mayor in Korea.
No, it's basically, it's not the mayor. It's my father. My grandfather was the governor of Korea, and Gangwon region, some south part of Korea, he was the governor.
Okay.
Basically, my grandfather was a judo champion in Japan occupation time during 1910 to 1945.
Oh wow! He was a national champion.
Oh no, he was a world champion.
He was a world champion. Oh wow!
Yeah, my grandfather was a world champion and the first Korean world champion in judo. In Japan, tournament was in Japan. Emperor was there.
Oh wow!
So they don't expect the Korean becoming the champions. Pretty, bad situation that time. They don't like it, that idea.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I kind of would think that the Japanese wouldn't like someone that's Korean coming in and beating them at their own sport.
I don't think it's what they don't like at all.
Yeah, I can understand. But now we live in a world of mixed martial arts, so it's everything's great.
Yeah, it's much different than before.
Oh.
And unfortunately, in Korea, we wasn't occupied by Japan that time.
Oh, okay.
And that is making a lot of Korean people is very happy to see that happen. And instead of the martial art, it's more like a politics involved at that time. A lot of people see it as politics.
I think that happens, well, back then it happened in a lot of countries, like in Europe, World War I, World War II, even as of the past 20 years, a lot of countries go and they use sports, martial arts, things of that nature to show their strength.
You're right.
And that's exactly what happened there with that. But that's definitely interesting. So, yeah, a governor is better than a mayor. but there are a lot of things that I left out, and I know if we were to stay on the phone and stay on this show, we would be speaking for days and days about what you've accomplished. But what I like to do for our listeners, if you don't mind, I like to start at the beginning, because I know the story, but they don't. How did you get involved in martial arts?
Yeah. My grandfather was a lover of martial arts. He had a school at South Korea, judo school, first judo school in South Korea.
Okay.
And went to his schooling. He taught me how to practice judo. But my father was not like that at all.
Okay.
And my father thought martial art is becoming trouble one day because what his father, which my grandfather, what he done to the Japanese government and the fighting in a lot of Yakuza come challenge, and my grandfather fighting almost every week to challenge by them. So my father is no like to see that when he's young time.
Right.
It's that, and he don't believe a martial art will help family.
Mm-hmm.
But I love a martial art. So I tell my grandfather, I like a lot of martial art continue. But one day my father was burning my uniform. When I have a judo uniform in a backyard, he take a backyard and fire to my uniform.
Oh, he put it on the fire and he burnt it, huh?
Yeah, burn it and don't go to martial art in school anymore and don't even kneel to grandfather.
He was worried about you. He was worried about you at that time. It had to be.
Yes. And then, I cried. Basically, I cried. And then my grandmom went home and, making another uniform from to the blanket.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Blanket, he made another one for me.
Oh, she must have been very mad at your father.
My father was he's a pilot. He's like an airplane pilot.
Oh, okay.
And he's an Connor airplane. He's flying, and he wanted me to go to the college, go to the West, Korean West Point. Hopefully he can go to the different direction than my grandfather.
Right. He wanted you to be more. He wanted you to move away from that. I guess that's because he saw your grandfather fight every week.
But my grandfather was in love of Korea, very proud Korean, and he had to do something for showing that his pride is in Korean. Mm-hmm. So any Japanese people want to fight, challenge, he not defeat, go ahead and fight, and always try to showing that Korean martial art.
Right.
As Korean martial art is not occupied by Japanese government.
It's like in the old movies that they used to have challenges every week.
Yes, correct. That happened that time.
Right. So now your grandmother, she made you a uniform out of the sheets.
Mm-hmm.
And then you started to train with your grandfather.
Yes. No.
No.
That is my last time that I stay home, and my grandfather taking the temple to put him in the temple, Buddhist temple, so I can learn martial art, continue there. Oh. Because my grandfather knew that I cannot train in martial art anymore in town with my father, and so he asked me, "You really want to learn martial art?" I said, "Yes, grandfather." And he said, "Okay, go to the temple and training." But my temple grandfather, grandmaster, is a friend of my grandfather, so I can get in there easy.
Okay, so but that's interesting that you were actually able to go to an actual temple, and that's what I found interesting when I was reading about you, that you lived in a temple, you trained in a temple, but this all happened in South Korea. This wasn't in China. It was in South Korea, which a lot of people, as I said earlier, that they think, okay, well, you're going to a Buddhist temple and you're going to learn martial arts, you're a Shaolin monk. But in your case, that's not the case at all.
I watch a lot of movies that the Hollywood the focus to the Shaolin temple or the monk training martial art on Shaolin temple. Unfortunately, I went to Shaolin temple China too, and to treat there, find out what are something I can learn, continue there. But also disappointed, and actually there's not many really monks there. Instead of the monk, there are a lot of communist, government controlled the Shaolin temple. And some people not even know martial art there. They're monks there, like occupation there, like their job. Some of them, yes, some of them were great, but some of them is not at all. So,
but that's something that changed. It's even, when you see, and I just wanted to say this because I know that you have something to say about this, but even here in the United States today, you have people that advertise that they are a Shaolin monk, but when you see them, they're walking around with nice watches and a beautiful Mercedes and everything else. So that kind of makes them not a monk because they're living for material things. Am I right about that?
Yes, you had a good point.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think it's a martial art, and the temple is different. But actually, when you go into the master temple, you learn the meditation, and you learn stretching and yoga, and some temple teaching martial art. So not only China, in Japan and Korea, a lot of temple teaching martial arts. It's very popular in Korea and Japan, besides China.
Okay, and but when you were in temple in South Korea, what form of martial arts did they teach you?
Thank you for asking that question. When I went to the military first time, and I went to tournament. They have a national martial arts tournament that compete just like the UFC today.
Okay.
And when I was in age 20, and I like to compete, so they asking me writing down your name and writing down your style. So I'm writing down martial arts. Then they told me, no, writing down your style. I said, yeah, this martial art is my style. No. Well, taekwondo, karate, or jujitsu, writing down your style. My temple don't have a style, we just call martial art.
Right.
So basically, my temple we call martial art. Just like the Chinese today, they call wushu.
Right.
Wushu means martial art meaning,
right?
Not special technique. So my temple we're teaching, acupuncture, philosophy, math, and then martial art. So we don't have a style, just called martial art.
Right.
So my style is martial art. Then I went to military, so I have to put the style name because the entire Korean military training myself today.
That was the Korean Special Forces, right?
Yeah, first time I went to Special Forces. Then I became a world champion that time. Then people start to article about me. They want to know, they want to learn. And then I second year like another champion and a world champion. Then that time they want to know, they want to learn my style. So but
that was the government. I'm gonna stop you periodically because I want the listeners to really understand the chronology or the timeline of everything. Okay. Because I know when you were in the Special Forces, and then after that, what was it? I think in 1979, you competed in a World Martial Arts tournament and you became the champion. Where that was the equivalent back then of what you have now, the UFC, but true, martial artists from all over the world competed.
Yes.
And you won.
Yeah, I won that time.
Okay.
And I want to see how much I learned from my temple. And also I was an eagle. I was very young, and I want to see, I think I'm the best. So I went there and win. But after that, after 2-time world championship, I retired. I'd never go again because my master told me that I'm too stuck up to prove myself that I'm better than others. So
he wanted you to be humble.
Me humble, yes.
Yeah, but the Korean government they came to you after that, and they wanted you to develop something, to develop another type of martial arts.
Yes. And in Korea, all military training taekwondo that time. Mm-hmm. And taekwondo is very good for the sport, and also as you see the Olympic, you see the taekwondo tournament. Mm-hmm. And but they want no more than that, because North Korea, when they attack and they're not like a sports style fighting. You have to fight something fierce, where you think you can fight back with your empty hand or knife. So they want the more, graceful and the more powerful technique.
Well, Taekwondo, and correct me if I'm wrong, Taekwondo is, the majority of the moves are leg moves, kicking.
Yes.
And they're not so much the hand-to-hand combat situation where, as you just said, if you're on the battlefield and someone has a knife or this or that, and you're in close-in fighting, it's a different animal. You can't use your leg in close-in fighting. Maybe your knee, but that's about it.
Oh, you know a lot of things about martial arts.
I've only been involved in it for over 20 years, so I should know something.
You're right. And I respect Taekwondo very much. And I have a lot of my best friends Taekwondo master. So often I go to their tournament, help to their judge, and I go to their promotion test, and I have open seminar for them. But Taekwondo is great martial art, but it's not in a good situation in military art. Right. So Korean government asking me, it is the right time to we develop a new system. So they asking me, so I decided to make it, and then today entire Korean Army training my staff. It's called Tukong Musul, means Special Combat Warrior Martial Arts.
Okay, and that's what it means, Special Combat Warrior?
Yes, Special Combat Warrior in a Korean word they call Tukong. and Tukong, Musul. But Musul is mean martial arts, so like Wushu, Musul, Wushu, same thing. So Tukong is mean real word for what I'm teaching today.
And right now in Korea, to this day, you have hundreds of thousands of soldiers that have been trained in your style.
Yeah, I had about 400 schools in Korea, and that is who training my style and open school and teaching civilian right now. Over 250,000 students training daily, and Korean 600,000 people training every day my style.
Wow, that's a lot, and that must be something to have something that you created and have so many people enhancing their lives with something that you created.
Yes, sir. I think so. And,
yeah, well, I know you're humble, so you're not gonna pat yourself in the back. But I'll say that it's amazing, Grandmaster Yi, for you
Thank
to.
You very much.
It is. You're welcome. It's amazing to create something like that and reach so many people. And again, with martial arts, and anyone that's involved in martial arts, they understand that it's not just you're going to go, anyone that's serious about it, it's not just about you going and I'm going to learn how to fight. It becomes a lifestyle. So all these people that are training, it becomes part of their lifestyle.
Yes. And the martial art is like water. Cow drink water.
Yes.
Make milk, or snake drink water, make it, in a poison. So martial art without philosophy, you can be poisoned.
Yeah.
Because you just learn how to fight. Basically, we don't teaching how to fight. We're teaching how to not to fight.
Right. Well,
but you have the choice. You have to have basically you have the good philosophy behind.
Well, yeah, you need to have the total package. And that's why I say lifestyle, because a lot of people have the misconception that they go into a dojo, and wherever they go, into any training facility, and they're going to go learn. Their first thing is, okay, I'm going to learn how to fight. All right, but they learn how to fight. Okay, now you become a dangerous person. You become very dangerous because without the philosophy and the discipline behind it, now you can't control yourself. Now you wind up being a dangerous weapon, and the person that teaches you that is being irresponsible.
You're right, absolutely right. You have a good point there.
Yeah, and that happens often. That's why with mixed martial arts, that's a different animal altogether. At least they keep it in a cage, which is a good thing. So you left Korea, South Korea, and you came to the United States.
Yes, I came to the United States in 1982.
Okay. And what did but you left South Korea. You had about 400 schools over there, right?
That time, I don't have any school.
Oh,
today we have about 400 schools.
Oh, today you have 400. So you had nothing at that point. So you came to the U.S. and this is where you started your first school then.
And I have a lot of challenge at that time because like my father always worried about me. Your grandfather was becoming to the judo master, then compete with Japan, and then he come to champion. Then a lot of Japan start to yakuza or other master. He come challenge. He said, "Don't do it. It's not good life." Then I went to Korean Army and I created Tukong martial art. Then I have another against it because everybody don't like me because they were used to all Taekwondo.
Right.
Then they were very mad about me because they replaced the entire Korean military to my style instead of Taekwondo. So now there are people start challenging me again. So I say, wow, my God, my father was right because my life was start challenging him. Today it's very good. Nobody, they respect my style because we have, just like, Taekwondo, judo, we have big organization, one of the largest organization in Korea, so they very respect. But that time I'm the only one.
Oh, well,
they want to meet the fair. So.
Well, yeah, back then when you developed in martial arts, it was fairly common for people to get jealous and challenge you and say, my style's better than your style, and then that's how it was back then. But now, as we talked about, with mixed martial arts being such a spotlight and that happening, now, you can learn different styles. Some people aren't so much into the philosophy part of it, which is unfortunate because that helps you to deal with things in life.
Yes.
So it's not just about fighting. You adhere to the philosophy. It'll teach you about life and actually having a full life.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's what happened.
So in 1982 you came here, and when did you open your first school in the United States?
I came to 1982 December.
Okay.
27, and then I meet the second days. I met first my students called Ben Covales. He working at the training at the karate school at that time, and he becoming next day my friend. Then he take his school, and then a demonstration at his school. Then he becoming my student. Then he asked me left teaching to the more formally. So January 3rd, I started teaching informal class at the UT, University of Texas.
Okay.
That's what 1983 January I teaching first time.
And that's
after I came to the United States, 1 week later.
And that's where everything started for you.
Yes.
But then over the years, again, as you said, right now you have over 400 schools. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is an amazing, as I said earlier, it's an amazing thing. And actually it's a compliment to what you developed and your accomplishments in life. And you're still accomplishing things because it came to a point, taking the martial arts, the schools and everything you've done aside, now what happened is that Hollywood, you got their attention with what you were doing, and they came to you.
I had many organizations that can have a mini school like a franchise or Actually, I'm really don't care about how many schools I have, but how many students I have. That's more important to me.
Right.
Because personal teaching, the students how long they must stay with me. If we have a good relationship, that's most important.
Right.
I'm very lucky that I have over 100 students training with me, more than 30 years with me, in the same school, same location.
That's amazing.
Yeah, when we have a class, most school, when you have a class, you see about 1 to 5 black belt. But let's say our school, if one class, 70 to 80% of my students is a black belt, about. So, and everybody they're training, about everybody 20 years of wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I count, because you can teach martial art, but the relationship with the students and masters take it a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of that. Those students to help me to accomplish what my goal, because they're like my brother, my father, son, sister. I'm old age, but
they become your family. They become your family.
Big family.
Yeah, and the thing that I like, see, a lot of times you hear about a lot of martial arts schools. People go there, they spend a lot of money, they go in there, they're there for 2 or 3 years, and then they're gone.
Yeah, I see that all the time. So
yeah.
I think it's a sad story.
Yeah, but you're fortunate because you have students that are with you not for a year, not for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. They're with you for a long time, and that's good because you have that bond that'll never be broken. And I think that's amazing.
I think that's why they'll go to talk to somebody about me. That's why one day I'm teaching at the class. I taught the class, and one guy walking in the class, and everybody know him, but I don't know who he is. And he just comes and say, "Can you teach me?" I say, "You want to learn martial arts registration first,
right.
But you have to interview with me. Not I want to teach everybody because you're walking in. You have a good vision for the learn martial arts.
Right.
And everybody know him. So I say, who is he?" And he said, "He's a Frank Miller." Who is a Frank Miller? Everybody know Frank Miller. I'm the only one don't know about it. So he told me, "Oh, I'm Frank Miller, director and writer." I said, "I understand, but to me, it's your job, your age, your background is not important. I only thing want to know about why you want to learn martial arts."
Right.
And he said, "Oh, I want to make a movie." I said, "Make a movie? Then you want to learn?" And how long take? As long as you becoming good martial artist. He said, "Oh, I'm director." And you just tell me, who. That time, Sin City, the Japanese called Aoki. Yeah.
Okay.
Yvonne Aoki, she was come with him.
Mm-hmm.
Could you teach me, how she becoming a very important, star in our movie? Teaching her would be great. And same time, can you teach me? So I talked to Black Belt meeting, this is a good idea or not. Because it's a traditional martial arts school. I don't want to, movie or anybody come, disrespect to a class. Then he said, no, this person is a very respected person, very well known. And I think it's a good idea with teaching him, and he's a very humble man. So I talked to him, and I was surprised how humble he is, really. Right. He's very respectful and humble, so I decided to teach him that time.
But that was for the movie Sin City, right?
Correct. That's the first time I'm teaching the martial art, and I'm becoming to the involved movie industry.
Yeah, but who now the girl you were teaching is the girl that was doing martial arts in the movie, right?
Yes, called Aoki.
Aoki, that's the one that with the swords, and she was
right.
Cutting hands and heads and chopping people up.
Actually, that's technically I'm teaching her.
Yeah, I know. Well, and that's why it's so hard to get into your class. But that's amazing how out of nowhere that happens. But that they came to you because of your reputation.
Yes, sort of it. Because I don't know them and just walking in my door and just asking the teaching. So I asked them how you hear about it, and they hear about it many times. So yeah. I used to teaching to Willie Nelson too.
Oh, Willie Nelson, really?
He wasn't my students, and I'm teaching, and not bad because he's
wow.
every place. He live in Austin.
Oh, okay, all right. That's
he
pretty.
Come to school.
That's interesting, But I'm just going to say that you're very humble, because the reality is that the director of Sin City, he knew all about you. That's why he came to you. He knew all about you, and he wanted to get trained by the best, and that's why he came to the best. We could have just stood in California and did this, but he came to you. So yeah, you don't need to say it because I know how humble you are, Grandmaster Yi, but I'm going to say it because someone has to say it, and I have no problem saying it. Yes.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. So now you did Sin City, and you were working with them with doing stunts and learning martial arts and doing other things, right?
Yes. After I taught teaching, the few people there martial art, and Frank Miller called me. He said, "Could you come to the studio?" And I went there, and he said, "Could you come help the fighting scene?" And he stepped back, and he gave me to charge me all the moving in action there. I wasn't. Also shocked too because usually Korea you don't do that. Director do everything, and the martial art, director help the side. But he said, "Grandmaster, this is your floor. I'm step back. You do it. Whatever you wanted, we're shooting." So that's what we did it. And after that, I thought this is the American way to do it. And later, a lot of people come told me that he said, "Oh, this is unusual because usually you don't do that." But he's very heavy confidence with you. He like shooting the way you like. So I was not the action director, but I'm acting like action director. No.
Right.
I wasn't very lucky.
Yeah, but you know what? But that shows you the level of respect that he had for you, and the confidence and knowing that you were going to direct the people the right way in the fighting scenes. Because martial arts, you go to a school, you learn martial arts, you're fighting, whether it be a street fight or you're in a tournament, that is so much different than movie fighting. It's a different animal. It's something different.
Yeah, and very different.
Yeah, and for you to be able to go there and go through the fighting sequence and impress him just shows your knowledge not only of martial arts, but on how things are viewed. Because when you're on set and you're doing the various moves, you may not even be touching the person, you may be far away from the person, but how you're viewing it from whatever angle is what is of interest, and you had the ability to understand that, and I think that's fantastic.
Actually, I wasn't, really don't know about the camera angle, things like that. But I have a basic feeling, basic concept, common sense. I look at this way. If this is I went to see the movie many times, especially martial art movie. I think we can be better than that. Then then when I make a Sin City, that times I have opportunity to express myself.
Right.
I think this is better this way. And I don't know if it's really good or not because I don't have experience, but I only feel it. My God said do this way. So when I do that, then he taking shooting, then he said absolutely right. And he really encouraged me to say you have a talent for this. So I don't know that I have a talent for that. After that, then I have a lot of movies involved in.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Now you're in high demand.
We make a lot of movies last 3 years.
Yeah, but
Sin City, we have a lot of chance to make a lot of movies.
Yeah, but what you're doing is that you're bringing quality to the table because you understand, you have a deep knowledge of martial arts, and now you have a deep knowledge of fighting martial arts on a movie martial arts. So take that and put that all together, and you're able to produce something that the audience will be like, wow.
I'm still a baby. I need more.
Yeah, but it's you're a baby in that. But you know what? How many babies are able to work on a major movie? So you grew up pretty quickly, Grandmaster. You grew up pretty quickly. So let me ask you, what are you doing now? What do you have going on now, movie wise, or with your schools? What do you have going on?
Oh yes. Right now we made a few movie Templar. We prepared Templar, and also we also made stand-up Stone and Sand, and also there are a few Korean movie will coming to United States make with us. So basically, I'm preparing and help the movie, and also I'm teaching to the stunt people right now.
Okay,
we have a lot of stunt training with us, and especially action stunt.
So you're working on Templar, and then you have Stone and Sand. Now Templar is a series, right? It's like a movie series.
No, it's just like a big, like a Hollywood movie.
Right,
but hopefully, I don't know. I'm not the director, and I help it co-producer. But and I don't know if it's gonna be series or not.
No, but I think that, just me knowing a little bit about it, I think that it can be a series of movies, just like, you have part 1, part 2, or you have different, like Tomb Raider, they had a lot of different series, Tomb Raider this, Tomb Raider that.
I know your point.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I don't mean a TV series, I mean a film series. So it does have that potential. And then you have Stone and Sand, and then you do the fighting stunts. You teach people how to be stunt people.
Yeah, I'm the CEO at the Fighting Stunt Association in the United States. So people who want to learn becoming stunt, then they come to our school, training under me, and then after they learn, great. Then we have opportunity to put them together at the movie. So pretty much that's what I do now.
Yeah, but I think that's fantastic because you not only teach them how to be stunt people, but they're not just learning how to fight; they're learning how to do everything because they go and they put on the black suits. They do everything that stunt people do that need to do. They do, and you teach them all that. But then when they're done, you have the ability to either use them in the movies that you're making, or you have enough contacts with your team and movie making that they can get work elsewhere.
Yes.
That's a big thing.
And I really appreciate it that people who come to training with me, and I have one man come to the work with us and from to the Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the show called Car? You ever hear about Car?
No.
Like a martial art show it's not fantastic, show in Las Vegas. It's one of the largest show today in Las Vegas.
Oh.
Show name is Car.
I haven't been to Las Vegas in a couple of years, and that's shame on me because I should be there all the time.
They have a beautiful martial art show there. I mean, it's almost kill your eye. It's so beautiful. Anyway, these people also the main player come to Austin training with us. He teaching us, I teaching him, something like that. We share knowledge. So it is not only with teaching, but anybody who love about the movie, we invite them and share with our technique, and something we have to learn, we learn. Something I can teach, I'm teaching. Mm-hmm. But basically, a lot of people who love this fun work, they come to Austin and they come to our school.
Right. Well, I think with you have so many things going on, it's amazing to me. But I just want to let our listeners know that if any of our listeners out there were looking to be stunt people, and that was of interest, there's no better place to go than when Grandmaster Yi and his team, because if you're going to learn how to do something, you want to learn from the best and not learn from someone that isn't the best, because with what you've done and what you've done and with Sin City and everything else, it shows the product. I've seen stunt schools that teach people how to do stunts, but then you see the movie and it's like it looks ridiculous because they're not being again. Maybe it's just me, but when someone is not doing a stunt properly, to me it's like, okay, it takes away from the scene because it's not fitting into the scene.
And there's one thing I'd like to clear to the audience that when you say stunt, I mean, in the stunt, you have to be able to do everything. But my style is stunt is the only specialized. It's like fighting stuff, like fighting. I'm not like wire work or like explosive or driving, things like that, motorcycle. I don't do that much, that part. But
that's a different animal altogether. I should have cleared it up. Fighting stunts I'm talking about.
Yeah, fighting. It's more like martial art, any fighting, any action, like a shooting gun or things like that. That is my specialty.
Right, but
that's things I like to do them.
But again, Grandmaster Yi, if someone is in a movie and they're doing a fighting stunt and they're not trained properly, it can make a scene look funny. It can make a scene look like a joke.
Yes. And if anybody listens to this in a radio, I just want to come. If they want to be best, if I'm not the best, I can make it best.
There you go. I like that. I like that. But yeah, you want to be able to learn from the best, in order to become the best, because then you grow as a stunt person, a fighting stunt person. You grow into your own, but you need to learn the basics and things that work and the techniques. Because if you can learn that, then you can grow in that industry. So that's fantastic. And now I just want to, I want to ask you: is there anything else that that we missed that we should be going over?
Yes. It's just last one I want to talk about it is what is martial art really? A lot of people want to. I know a lot of people want to learn martial art different reasons for self-defense, healthy, or fun, and everything fine. But I want to say one thing. Yeah. Martial art just like insurance, car insurance. I'm sure everybody have a car insurance, but you don't want to use that. You don't want to get an accident. You don't want to use that. But you have to use. You appreciate it.
Right.
Just like a martial art, you learn. You help. Hopefully, you never use the fighting, but you have to use. Then you appreciate it. To me, martial art is a bit like good, policy life insurance. And training hard and have a positive life and have a fun, but sometimes your life is protected by yourself, not others. Because when you really need it, hopefully someone can help you, but sometimes not. So you're the only one can depend on yourself.
Yeah, but that's a good way of putting it. I like it. I'm going to steal those words in the future because but it makes a lot of sense because you learn martial arts, you treat it as an insurance policy, that you don't want to use it, but if you need to use it, then you use it.
Yes, and appreciate it.
And you appreciate it, and you don't disrespect the art that you're learning, because some people, as I said earlier, and we touched on, some people learn martial arts because they want to learn how to fight to hurt people. And that's not what martial arts is about. You want to learn so you can defend yourself, and key word, defend yourself. You don't want to go and be on the offense to, initiating to hurt people. You don't want to do that. That's
my last words to Louis. And
okay,
I also thank you very much. You have a great show, and look at you.
Thank you so much. But I want to give our listeners some information in case they wanted to find out more about you. Listeners, if you want to find out more about Grandmaster Yi, you can go to his website. That's Master Yi. That's YE.com. And if you want to find out about fighting stunts and learn how to be a fighting stunt person, learn from the best, go to fightingstunts.com. You have all the information, contact information. You go down to Texas, you learn your craft, and you become one of Hollywood's best, and it's the best place to do it. Now, the two movies that we were talking about, one's Templar. It's a movie, but it has potential being a movie series, and that website is Templar. That's TEMPLAR -movie.com, and the other one is stoneandsand.com. And again, all these sites you can find out more about what Grandmaster Yi is doing, and really adhere to him, because he is one of the great grandmasters of our time, and he should be appreciated for everything he's done and what he is doing now in Hollywood, because he is actually bringing quality to the screen, and we as consumers pay to watch these movies, so we want to see the best. And again, fightingstunts.com, check it out, because Grandmaster Yi is the best in that arena. And that's about it. Grandmaster Yi, thank you so much. It was an honor, a pleasure to have you on the show. And what I like to do is, when you're working on your next film, or when you are developing stuff in fighting stunts and you're bringing on a new class, what I want to do is actually bring you back on the show to talk more about the particular projects that you're working on, because I think we covered your history, but I think we want to speak about the projects so we get a better understanding of what you have going on, so we can follow what you're doing in Hollywood, because our listeners would be very interested in that.
Okay, please invite me again. It'll be honor.
Most definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.